There's no greater expression of the kind of iconic show that The Cosby Show was than the fact that we can recognize the show by one note. It's difficult to put into words the kind of energy that this show brought, not just to Black America, but to my generation, Generation X. There was a palpable energy that we felt every Thursday night at 8 o'clock in anticipation of a healthy Black family with a funny doctor, a Black male doctor, leading the cast, and him interacting with his family and the world around him.
So I got everything I need, plus $200 left for the month.
You plan to have a girlfriend?
For sure.
Since The Cosby Show, there's been a succession of wholesome television sitcoms about the Black family, including ones like Family Matters, documenting a nerd and him dealing with a girl he likes, or Everyone Hates Chris and a young Black kid getting bused to a school that was mostly white. But it's hard for shows to measure up to The Cosby Show because it created such a high standard. Not only did it create a high standard on screen.
Diff'rent Strokes star Todd Bridges is speaking out from his jailhouse while awaiting trial.
She said she loved me. She said she'd never lie to me. She said she'd treat me great. She said she'd always be my number one, but she never said she'd put me in county jail.
But Bridges did land in the Los Angeles County Jail. He has pleaded not guilty to a charge of first-degree attempted. Bridges says his road to prison was a straight line, a line of...
See, first you start with sniffing and snorting it. That's the average start. And people say, oh, I'd never freebase, which they're wrong.
Bridges' fall from grace came after a long, successful run in the series Diff'rent Strokes. He admits his problem was... but he says Hollywood itself was a big part of the cause.
95%, almost 98%, I fault Hollywood because Hollywood tends to, they rise you up to be this person, and then they just, wow, it's gone. They don't want to use you. They don't want to talk to you. They don't know you.
If you watch Diff'rent Strokes in the 80s as a guy, watching Willis here hugging Charlene, which clearly is Janet Jackson, and you didn't get jealous, you didn't have a pulse. He was the guy that on screen got to date Janet Jackson, probably the most popular teenage girl in America, if not one of the top three, the sister of Michael Jackson. You're on screen with her every week, and you go from those heights, and he spoke to it, to having difficulties getting more jobs in Hollywood. It takes you to a dark place, which is another reason why The Cosby Show remains such an exception. If you look at what happened to the careers, maybe they all didn't necessarily become very big in terms of actors and actresses, but despite the fall of Bill Cosby, he said something to those young people on set that made them think about what's going to happen to them after Cosby Show and not do something that would necessarily disgrace them and their families, because there's no one really big story from any of the young people on The Cosby Show, and that is what sets The Cosby Show apart.
To have a single actor or actress fall from the pedestal is one thing, but for it to happen to everyone involved is just odd. Despite being only 10 years old at the time, Winbush's portrayal left viewers awestruck. She was genuinely a very good actress and received recognition for her role, winning 3 consecutive NAACP Image Awards and a Young Artist Award. Following the show's end, Winbush continued acting, notably in The Secret Life of the American Teenager, but would never go on to receive the same level of success she had seen on The Bernie Mac Show.
It's not hard to look at Hollywood with a side eye when you see the story of Todd Bridges kind of replicating itself. We like Todd Bridges. We would have watched more sitcoms and TV shows with Todd Bridges, not just in them, but starring in them. But unfortunately, Hollywood sets these young actors and actresses up for a fall, and we're seeing the replication again, this time with the Bernie Mac Show.
Camille again finds herself in the headlines, albeit for very different reasons. This time, she's defending herself against online users who continue to make disparaging comments about her OnlyFans account.
So OnlyFans came about because my best friend, who was also on Secret Life, she had created a page.
Yes.
She was doing really well
Yes.
on there. And she was telling me, girl, I just paid off grad school. Like, get on there within a few months.
To me, what's most alarming about the decision that she made is that she didn't make the decision at 23 or 25 when she was trying to find a way to maintain a certain lifestyle. She was in her 30s. She was mature, at least in terms of her emotional and thinking development, but she still made the choice to do something that every young kid looking at that show in syndication, specifically young black girls, are going to look her up and going to find out where she is and what she's doing now.
At the time, I was 30. I had a situationship at that time. Okay. And he was the type, he didn't care. He was like, go for it, do you. So I talked to my parents about it, and I explained it. I told them what it's known for, and I explained what I was going to be doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's more Maxim than Playboy. I knew that people weren't going to like it, but I did not expect the extreme pushback that I got. It was majority black men, which I was surprised by.
I am surprised about that.
And it was just the nastiness of it. Like, I understand you have this perception of me and what you think I should be doing or what you would like to see me doing.
This is the part of the conversation where the Cosby Show shows is brilliant. I don't know if he did it directly or if he implied it, but none of the young ladies involved with the Cosby Show ended up in any kind of adult entertainment. And it speaks to the fact that he must have said something to those young ladies that, hey, if you do certain kinds of entertainment, it will not only besmirch your name and reputation, but that of the show as well. And when the young lady says that she doesn't understand why men are upset at her, if those men have young daughters who watch that show and say, she's so beautiful, daddy, I want to be just like her, I want to look just like her, and then they look up 5-10 years later and they hear that their favorite character is doing adult entertainment, that would make any father livid.
Girl, sit down. Baby girl, stop! You busting his head wide open.
Some of the most innocent and lovable faces on the show had to resort to OnlyFans to make ends meet.
Now, recently in the headlines, you went up creating an OnlyFans link. Everybody like, damn, baby girl got an OnlyFans.
We all know how brilliant Bernie Mac was, so when he finally got his own television show, everyone was excited about it, and well, we should have been, because he's brilliant. But to see after he's passed away that both of the young ladies, both of them, have turned to adult entertainment after the show is heartbreaking, because of all the little young girls that watched that show and thought, oh, she's so cute, she's so beautiful, I want to be just like her. 2 for 2, they see both of them resort to taking clothes off to make it.
What made you start it?
I think it started off like as a joke, mainly. Like, I would talk to my friends and we would always talk about, like, I got a couple friends that was like, we would always joke about it, like, yeah, we gonna start one, just like bullshit. And then I wanted to have like a photo shoot done for my birthday, and I wanted to be different. Like, I've never taken, like, I guess, sensual photos, or like, how people do the little lingerie birthday shoots and stuff like that. So it was just kind of me like starting off wanting to do that, but I was like, you know what, like, if we're gonna do it, might as well get paid for the shit. So like, me and him talked about it. He see everything that I post on it too. Like, he was here helping me take the picture. So like, I don't know, I talked to my family about it, and I spoke to my friends, and because I knew like, nobody posts me. I be living my life in silence, and then I do something, everybody, oh God, Earth's ending. I done made an OnlyFans, and it's, no. A lot of people think I was influenced by Camille, which it was not.
The Camille that Kellita speaks of is Camille Winbush, her elder sister on the television show, and most likely one of her mentors. And what's so sad to see both young ladies from this popular television turn to adult entertainment is that means that for that captive audience of young girls that saw these young girls and said, I want to be just like them, 2 for 2, they get to see young ladies that turn to adult entertainment. And lucky us, we got to see Todd Bridges have his fall, but he was replaced by The Cosby Show. What is going to replace the young ladies that are seen as not sexual objects in shows like The Cosby Show? And the answer is we're seeing not any more Cosby Show. We're seeing an embracing of what most likely Cosby told many young ladies on his set to be aware of. Like Cosby or not, one thing has to be commended about The Cosby Show. Every person that was on that show, including the young ladies, avoided doing something that would besmirch not just their name, but the name of the show. Of course, people are going to have their issues with Cosby and what happened, but the show as a standalone representation of Black America remains almost nearly spotless. And that is mainly because all of the young kids that looked up to the young kids on Cosby Show can still see people in those people that they respect, and they'll willfully show that show to their kids. That is a trend that seems to be falling by the wayside. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.